Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a soda, and tonight I'll be reviewing A Fire in the Sky by Sophia Jordan. This is a book I received as an ARC from NetGalley, but of course I'm going to give my honest opinion. These are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. There were no content warnings listed in the book, but these are things I found as I was reading the book to make you aware of if you choose to read this book, what you'll come across. My rating for this book is going to be a 3.75. So what's this book about? So this book is about a girl named Tamslyn who is of unknown origin but was adopted by the royal family as an infant to serve as the whipping girl for their daughters. What that means is that she was raised alongside the princesses, but anytime they messed up, she received their punishments, being going to bed hungry when they were younger or receiving whippings for their punishments. Time has passed, and Tamslyn now knows that this is coming to an end soon, as her sisters, the princesses, will soon be married off in advantaged marriages to serve the kingdom better. She doesn't know what will happen when her time as the whipping girl comes to an end, but she looks forward to having a say in her future now. That is until one day the beast of the borderlands, Fell, comes knocking at the castle to talk to the king. Fell and his clansmen protect the borders from bandits and other undesirables, especially since they have beaten back dragons because no one has seen them in ages, and witches are scattered across the winds due to fear of being burned at the stakes. So, due to all the success he has had, Fell has come to talk to the king for a reward benefiting all the success he has done to protect the kingdom, a benefit such as marrying one of the princesses. But the king has better uses for his blood daughters than having one of them marry this savage wildman. So he tricks the beast, Fell, into marrying his adopted daughter. However, this trickery is not discovered until after the marriage has been consummated and there is no turning back. Faced with the humiliation he received at the hands of the king, Fell takes his whipping bride with him and journeys home. However, along the way on their journey home, secrets are revealed and things thought long lost have revealed themselves, because in a world full of magic, magic never dies, it just slumbers in secret. So what are my thoughts on this book? Again, I'm giving it a 3.75. Now, as I always say, reading is subjective. This just may not have been the book for me, but if it sounds like something you're interested in, give it a try for yourself. It could be your next five-star read, and I love that for you. For me, however, having read the book, it was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. The plot and everything going on just never seemed to hit that moment where it becomes exciting to read. Even during what I would call exciting moments when fights are happening or battles against creatures are going on, they just never felt exciting to read. I will say this book ends on a cliffhanger, an interesting cliffhanger that would normally make me want to continue the series and see what happens next. But because of what happened previously in the book leading up to that, I just never got invested in the characters or what was going on, that I will probably not be continuing this series. Now, as it pertains to the MCs, I didn't hate them. I liked them. They were likable enough. The thing is I did not believe them as a couple, because they had a very rocky start with the trickery going on, and they also did not talk a lot. So there was no real foundation for their relationship. Now, this book is a slow burn, but I think it would have been a slow burn that benefits over where really the relationship lays the groundwork in this book and in some of the next book. And in the next book is when the romance really starts up and you start to see the feelings grow. But in this book, it just wasn't that believable for me as them as a couple. Now, as it pertains to the writing, it wasn't bad, but it does center around a lot of internal dialogue. Not just between the MCs, who, like I said, never really talked a lot, but they did have a lot of internal responses. They just never vocalized to one another, but also to the side characters as well. People these MCs have known their whole lives and should be able to have a reasonable conversation with. They would be asked something, and instead of answering it back to that person, they would just have a whole internal conversation and the scene would move on. In some ways, it felt like the MCs were just coasting along the plot rather than participating and being in the plot. Now, in the end, while I do think the book was okay and it did end on an interesting note, I will not be continuing the series. Now, if it sounds like something you want to try, I strongly encourage you to do so. It will be available September 24th. I hope you love it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.